Welcome to the Nightly Nuge.
Happy Monday, everyone, and welcome to another edition of the Nightly Nuge. Hello, Ted. How are you doing this evening?
Greetings and a happy 2022 to everybody out there. We are launching into the greatest year of our lives if we prioritize and we actually celebrate Nightly Nuge and HunterNation.org, two spearheads for a greater quality of life. Good to see you, Keith.
Hey, good to see you, Ted. You know, there's a lot in the news today. I had to pick one for you. An article that really intrigued me, FBI whistleblower Jane Turner. You might remember her name. She was involved in kind of blowing the whistle on the FBI over how they handled some of the sex trafficking issues in North Dakota at the Native American Indian reservations. She's back in the news again, blowing the whistle once again on the FBI. And you remember, Ted, this lady for 25 years was the leading investigator for the FBI when it comes to child sex trafficking. And she says, and I know you saw this, senior producer for CNN, John Griffin, was recently arrested and charged with sex trafficking crimes. And her complaint is it took the FBI 17 months from the time they served the warrant and got the goods on this guy from CNN and arrested him. And when she was asked on what she felt about how the FBI handles sex trafficking crimes, and this is a quote from her, they don't give a damn about these cases. And I know you and Shemaine spent a lot of your time on this issue of sex trafficking. And I'm just wondering what's your take on this kind of horrific story.
Well, you know, Keith, I didn't invent cocky, but I have perfected it over the years. But I'll put my cocky masterpiece on standby, and I'll merely celebrate with you what is common and sensible across this land. Two major points regarding this story. Number one, what a tragedy, what a heartbreak that such an evil scourge, a curse, the most evil of criminal behavior, child sex trafficking, even exists in the United States of America. So when I completely condemn such a scourge, it's not just the Nugent family. All good families across America are praying for these innocent victims of the worst crime against mankind that, again, I repeat, because we have to get more engaged, more involved here, criminal, evil, child sex trafficking. Now, that's point number one. Worse than that is that an organization originally dedicated to law and order, and believe me, Keith, when I mention this, I'm not just a guitar player and just a backstrapper, not just a farmer and a rancher and not just a neighbor. I've been a sheriff deputy for 39 years, and I've conducted federal raids where I had to rely on genuine hero warriors of the Federal Bureau of Investigation to have my back when we're kicking down doors in the middle of the night, chasing child molesters, carjackers, murderers, rapists. This is serious business, good over evil. So I know there are some great FBI agents out there. Unfortunately, as great as those agent warriors might be, they have failed miserably because what Turner has implemented is the number one battle cry of an experiment in self-government. It's what our founding fathers wanted all Americans to be, whistleblowers, to blow whistles when we see criminal behavior, particularly in those bastions of authority like the Federal Bureau of Investigation.
Makes me think of a follow-up question for you, Ted. You know, and we talked about this on a prior Nightly Nuge, the Ghislaine Maxwell trial, which I found interesting that it was James Comey's daughter that prosecuted that. And although Ms. Maxwell was found guilty of grooming and selling children for sex, they sealed the records from all of that. I myself am more interested in who bought those children and those girls, but apparently, based on a judge's decision and Ms. Comey's participation, we're never going to know because those records are sealed. Do you think there's any tie-in between these two situations?
I've said it over and over again, and I'll never stop saying it until we fix this burning house, put out the flames. The U.S. government is not to be trusted. Our criminal court system is not to be trusted. When they seal such evidence from the public eyes, who is the court's responsibility to create justice and make sure that we have justice? Their responsibility is to we the people. And when you seal the evidence away from the eyes of we the people, who the courts work for, they cannot be trusted. So once again, you can't sit at this burning house and just point at the flames and complain that the flames are running out of control. Everybody should call their mayor, their senator, their congressman, their governor, and the White House relentlessly and demand accountability for those people in position of power that are clearly and unambiguously abusing that power. America, it's time to wake up.
Well, there you have it. You're up to speed this Monday evening. Ted, as always, thanks for everything. And if you come back again tomorrow night, we'll have some more of the Nightly Nooch.
We're keeping it positive no matter what. God bless America.